Good day, everyone. This is Pilot Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at latest in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Draculata.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Everything's going fine over here. I will presume that the weather is starting to warm up over in Ravenloft.
It is, as a matter of fact, a little misty and rainy, so just perfect Ravenloft weather.
Okay, because I was worried about the possibility of the long days being a problem for you.
No. There's the clouds and the mist, so it's like all is right in the world.
All is right in the world.
And
yeah.
Holy crap, we are podcasting.
Ooh, miracles.
It's like a miracle indeed. And I apologize. It is totally all my fault. And this is turning into the once a month podcast. But hey, here we are recording. Hopefully, and I know I've said this before, hopefully things will get better. But it is totally my fault, folks. And I do apologize that the recording schedule has been, we'll just say, zero lately.
I was going to say sporadic, but okay.
Sure, you can say it in the nicer term, sporadic.
Right.
But anyway.
Let's head into the game news, and we'll begin with discussing update 73.2, which came out a couple weeks ago, I think.
A couple weeks ago, yep. I figure, it's still fairly new, so we can talk about it. Most folks probably, then again, see previous conversation, probably already know about this. But yeah, let's talk about it just a little bit. 73.2, it did come out Wednesday, April the 30th. The big thing in it was the second quest in the Tavern Tales bundle was now available with this update, and it is called the Cupboard Culvert. Say that several times fast. City workers have discovered a previously unexplored section in the sunken sewers. There's one problem. It's infested with swarms of deadly vermin. And it's
what else is new?
Yeah, exactly. It's your typical D&D trope right here. It's up to you to sort these things out. Speak with Burton first in the marketplace by the steam tunnels next to the Wayfinder Dale. And the Cupboard Culvert is level 4 on Heroic and 35 on Legendary. So there you go. The VIP loyalty, I tell you, it's been so long. I still can't talk. It's a typical podcast. You're welcome, folks. VIP Loyalty Reward Program Year 2 has been added. More on that in a minute. Also, the Cormyr 64-bit game world is now open to everybody. More on that in a minute as well.
Okay.
So I think we're going to skip the news and notes because it doesn't really apply, and you'll find out in a moment why some of it is going to be fixed.
Yes. So tomorrow is actually going to be the release of 73.3, which means you will have the usual Wednesday downtime in order to get that up. And there are, of course, some release notes for that.
There is. So this is going to get timey-wimey because depending on when you listen, this is going to happen, or this has happened, or this is happening. It's kind of weird how timey-wimey we're going to get this time because it just depends.
You mean someone might be listening to this during the downtime?
They could.
They had something to do during that.
They very well could. And then it's going to be real weird because you're going to get a glimpse into the future. But if you're listening to this after, you're going to get a glimpse into the past. It's timey-wimey to the most extreme. But yes, 73.3, Wednesday, May 14th. The final quest in the Tavern Tales quest bundle has arrived. Things are getting a bit tense in the Stormreach Fish Market as the local Sahagwin struggle with the Kobold Union for control. Bring order to the chaos in an adventure with multiple possible endings. Ooh, sounds interesting. This one is called Sleeping with the Fishes. It's going to be a level 3 on Heroic and 35 on Legendary. You were going to speak with Armand de Lyrander. Sure, why not? In the lower harbor near where you arrive from Korthos Island. Oh, wow. I haven't been that way in a long time. taking me back in the day, going in through the start of Korthos when you walk into the harbor for the first time. So yeah, there you go. And this is all part of the 3 quest bundle that was available to purchase in the DDO store. Also free to VIPs. You get a discount if you purchase the full quest bundle. They were coming out individually. Well, this is the last release to make them all come out. We talked about it on the show, how they were doing it, and we didn't really understand why they were doing it, but here we are.
Well, the thing that I had trouble understanding it is that I'd like to take the same character through the new content, but since they're releasing them backwards, I really can't do the content until they release the lowest level one.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So I'll finally be able to run this content because I've been holding off until they released the level 3 one.
Gotcha.
Maybe tomorrow I'll finally get around to playing it.
Well, there you go. So yeah, this, once again, May 14th. So depending on when you're listening to this, may have happened, may not be happening, or is happening right now. It just depends. Also in the 73.3 is going to be an update to the VIP Bag of Many Things. So if you have not yet opened up your VIP Bag of Many Things, which is part of the VIP rewards, was part of last year's rewards and this year's, which we will talk about in a moment, they are going to contain the following items now. So these are going to be updated in what you'll get in the VIP Bag of Many Things. You're going to get 3 Jeweler's Toolkits. That is new. For this new updated version. Also new is 3 Sentient Onslaughters. Thank you for those. You're going to get 5 Greater Slayer Count Boost Elixirs. That is also new. And then what was previously in them is going to be in them again. Raid by Pastimer. The Rest Shrine Statuette, Flawless, Cerberus Dragon Shard, that is your feat swap token. Sentient XP Gem, we're sending XP. Glamour Dust times 80. It used to be 50, so now it's going to be 80. Mirror of Glamoring, Omnispell Dust times 2500. And the Legendary Raid Bypass Timer. So there you go.
Hey.
Like I said, more on that in a minute. The quest Toil and Trouble during doing the main objective will now properly finish and give credit for completing the quest. Well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Hey, I finished this, but I didn't get credit. What's going on? Well, now it's going to finish it for you. The chest for completing the rededicate the shrine objective now opens properly upon completion of the objective. Again, always good to see your chest actually opens when you do the objective. Right. They corrected a display and clarity issue with rededicate the shrine. The objective, the interactable objects should now be more clear and provide improved feedback when you click on them. And there is now a teleportation option at the barrier to the end fight for groups and returning players to the quest. Okay. They fixed an issue that did cause the Mark of Death to be closed. That raid is once again available. This fix should also correct other causes where bosses could lose aggro inappropriately under certain teleportation conditions. And they corrected an issue with map focus and behavior during resizing. And the VIP loyalty reward program UI now has a minimum size. This is to prevent display issues.
Yay! Okay, and of course, if you're listening to this right away, just as soon as we post it, you may be listening to this before the downtime. And if that's the case,
indeed,
then you'll have to wait until the downtime.
Wait until the downtime. Wait until the game comes back up. Hopefully, a little after 1 p.m. Eastern. And all of that stuff we just talked about should be in the game live, and we can all be happy and sleep with the fishes, apparently.
Yes. And it appears that the Cormyr server is now open to everyone instead of being only for VIPs. It's turning to a regular world.
It is. It is a regular world now. So the Lanterns in the Mist event is no longer going on. So that is not a thing on Cormyr anymore. Cormyr is just a regular game world now. It is also the suggested world. So if you are a new player that created a new account, this is going to be the game world that is suggested for you to join. This, of course, is the first 64-bit game world for DDO. We are going to get more ? Coming soon. They did say they're going to have some 64-bit servers, but we don't know how many. That's all to come. You can also be able to, in the future, transfer to and from Cormyr once again. That is going to be closer to when the other 64-bit worlds happen. So right now, you're going to have to create a new character on here, but there's no special event. The only thing different about the server, it's a 64-bit game world. But if you happen to be a VIP or you played on it during the little short period of time that they did open it up for everybody when it was a VIP only server, it's really confusing. You can access your characters and all your characters are there. Like I said, the only thing different at this point is the Lanterns in the Mist is no longer a thing. So that's not going to apply anymore. So yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they're not going to start opening up other 64-bit servers until they've got everything nice and settled on the Lotro side.
I think that is what they're waiting for as well, too. Yeah, I definitely think they're waiting for that because I know that was quite the journey from what it sounds like.
Yes, one of the things is they found out that maybe they needed 3 servers on each side instead of 2 servers on each side, and that third server on the North American side, they were originally thinking of opening it up tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to be another week before that comes up. So I suspect maybe in June they're going to start seriously revving up the other ones and making their plans.
Okay, so we will stay tuned for that. So as I said, right now you can't transfer to or from Cormyr just yet, but you soon will be able to, and we'll talk about it when that's announced. They haven't even, they just said, yes, that's in the plans, but don't look for it anytime soon. That's going to be all part of, like you said, the 64-bit rollout.
Yeah,
so.
I think what they're waiting for is for the other servers to be ready, because they don't want to have one 64-bit world that's accepting free transfers while the other 2 are waiting on, because what is going to happen is a huge population surge is going to come in there and really kill the world.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm going to be interested to see, and since this is the suggested server now, I'm going to be interested to see what the population looks like versus other worlds. Just like currently, just this being the only 64-bit server, I just wonder how many people are actually going to play on it versus the old 32-bit worlds. It'll be interesting to see the breakdown.
Yeah. I know on the Lotro side, a huge number of players and kinships did transfer over.
And I suggest, or I assume, I should say, that the same is going to happen in DDO when it does happen, when the new servers come, however many we get, and transfers are open. I think you're going to see a lot of that happening too. And I don't know, like, is the Lotro 32-bit worlds, are they still halfway active, or have they pretty much dried out and everybody's on 64-bit?
I think they're monitoring that right now. Right now, I am active on 3 servers on the Lotro side. 2 of them are the 64-bit servers, and the third one of them is a 32-bit server. I have a small kinship there, and that we decided just to stay on the old server and there as long as it's staying there, because I have copies of my characters on the other 2 local servers already there, so I say I really have no need to transfer the characters off of that third world. And because of the number of people that moved off, it's less laggy on that one because the population's now lower.
Right, that makes sense. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm most curious to see what happens. if how the server populations go and like which one of the 64-bit servers is going to be the most popular one, and wonder why that's the most popular one versus this one, and all of that. So,
that does make, because sometimes there's always this one server that does on the Lotro side, the European non-role play server. It just, I think it became overcrowded almost instantly or something like that. That's how bad things get. That's when they say, okay, maybe we needed more.
Let's retool this. Yeah, so
let's retool.
So I think they are learning a lot from Lotro and what's going on over there, and I think DDO is going to benefit from that like 100%. So we'll see. We will see.
Anyway, then let's look into the store. We're actually going to look into store sales this week.
We got to talk about the VIP loyalty before that. You skipped over that.
No, it's not in the show. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was. You're right. We are to talk about the VIP loyalty program
because it's
year
back.
2 of the program.
Year 2, yay!
Yes. So in the background that I missed it.
Did you enjoy year number 1? If you did, congratulations. It's more of the same.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't but yeah. Anyway, VIP loyalty rewards are back. The 13th month reward, 500 DDO store points. Yay. 14th month, the VIP bag of many things, which has some new rewards we just talked about. Right. 15th month, you get 1+1 character slot. The 16th month, you get the plus 10% durability ward. That is going to stack with the year 1 reward plus the 10% VIP durability ward. So that'll give you 10, 20, 30 as a total. 17th month, 5 bonus account storage slots. Do you remember what we talked about during year 1? It sounds the same, doesn't it? Wow. Because it is.
It sounds familiar, yes.
18th month. Hey, we have something new. Sort of. It's a red dragon cosmetic armor.
Well, it was last year's cosmetic armor.
It was basically, this is the Year of the Dragon cosmetic armor, but it's red.
Okay.
So, yay, good job. 19th month. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay positive here, folks. I really am. 19th month is the VIP Artisan's Advantage. That is plus 10 VIP crafting experience, blah, 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 blah. If you craft, congratulations. If you don't, well, this is a worthless reward for me. 20th month, you get a grab of, again, trying to stay positive, but sorry. 20th month, the greater bag of many things. 21st month, the VIP Discovery Boost increase. Okay, that's kind of exciting, but, RNG and all that, it doesn't really matter for me, but, hey, I might have a better increase. Who knows? 22nd month is 5 bonus account storage slots. 22nd month, or 23rd month, I should say, is the VIP Bag of Many Things. And the 24th month is a new mount. Sort of. It's a red guard Drake mount. Kind of looks like the other Drake mount, but guess what? It's red.
It's red instead of green, right?
Yeah.
If you're colorblind, you won't tell the difference.
So there you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. This could have been so much better, but I mean, I appreciate they're doing something for VIPs. Thank you for that, but you got feedback on year 1. You found out what people liked and you didn't like, and you pretty much kept it the same.
And you brought the Xerox machine in.
Indeed. You're just like, hey, let's change a color on this. We'll add a few new things. Anyway, so there you go. VIP rewards are back.
Now we can go to the store sales.
Sure. Let's get away from that. Yes, you will have a couple days to take advantage of this, because this sale ends the 15th, so you'll have 1 day. So hurry on this. You can store more loot. It's 30% off. Select character banks bank space, which is always good, and that is for select shared bank, deposit box, and platinum storage, select inventory space, and select bags. Weekly coupon gets you a free slate hair dye, and that is Steely Look is your code, STELYLOOK, through May 15th. So there you go. Take advantage of that for the next day-ish as you're listening to this, or if you're after that, that's what you missed. Sorry. Timey Wimey.
All right. Well, that's it for the DDO side, so let's go and see what's coming in from the dungeon. Where you need to brace yourself, mortals, because there is a new horror subclass, the Lurk, in the latest D&D Unearthed Arcana.
Yeah, they have been doing this. They're putting a bunch of new stuff in the Unearthed Arcana, seeing what people like, seeing what they don't like. It's kind of what they've always used on Unearthed Arcana. This time around, it's very monster and horror focused. These are all some new subclasses. So these may or may not make it into the 2024, not calling it D&D 6, not calling it D&D 5.5e, whatever you want to call it. These may or may not come into that. These are based off of some 2014 stuff. The first one is a new Artificer. It's called the Reanimator. This is artificers that dabble in the forbidden arts of necromancy. So that sounds kind of cool. And then there's an updated Bard, which is the College of Spirits. This was originally released in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. They did some tweaks to this one. This is a Bard that channels spectral energy to empower their allies and curse their foes. So again, kind of necromancy-ish a little bit. If you look in Van Richten's guide, you can see they kind of changed some stuff. The key feature for this one they changed is the element of chance. The bard is going to roll to determine which spirit will manifest. So that's going to add kind of an unpredictable and thematic twist to the abilities. So that's pretty cool. Then there's going to be an update to one of the domains for the clerics. It's the Grave domain. Originally, this one was from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. This one, like I said, they have updated it a little bit, tweaked some stuff. These are holy guardians that will curse their enemies, making them vulnerable to harm, bolster the healing of those teetering on the brink, and might even absorb some of the essence of necromantic magic. So an updated to that. And then we have a brand new ranger that's coming out. It's called the Hallow Warden. Tapping into primal fears and terrifying powers of nature's darker side. These are rangers that are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're going to cast Hunter's Mark. As they do that, they undergo a chilling transformation into monstrous guardians, withered and eerie shadows and thorny brambles. They will gain experience through their powers to expand and include unsettling health regeneration, absorbing auras that will cripple their foes, and even channeling abilities to claw their way back from death. So that sounds absolutely amazing. That is the Hallow Warden Ranger. And then from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, they're updating one of the rogue archetypes, and this is going to be called the Phantom. These rogues possess a disturbing connection to the realm of the dead. They manifest ghostly powers to inflict necrotic damage. Are you noticing a theme with a lot of these? You can kind of see the theme on a lot of these. There's a Shadow Sorcerer, which is an update. Once again, it was in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. They draw through energies from the Shadowfell. They weave together their spells using, you guessed it, narcotic energy. Then there's an update to the fan favorite Hexblade Warlock. Once again, from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. They haven't said too much how they're going to change this, but they did say it's going to feature an updated version of their Hex spell. So that'll be interesting to look at that. I'll have to look at this Unearthed Arcana and see how that changed. And then there is one more update to the Warlock, and that is the Undead Patron from the Van Richten's Guide to Everything. Once again, these Warlocks have forged a powerful pact with an undead entity, probably a lich, a vampire lord, or some other unholy being. Their signature form of dread grants them temporary hit points and a terrifying presence that will control the battlefield. So look for this. You can go online right now and look through all these and get these. As I said, none of this is official yet. If any of this stuff sticks, we will see it in an upcoming book that will be geared towards the 2024 edition of D&D. You could probably still use it the 2014 edition too. It's since the new edition is pretty close to the older edition. Regular 5e, you can kind of intertwine them. You might have to make some changes, but it'll be interesting to see what this sticks. But yeah, I'm all for all these because, I mean, you know, me, hello, horror, me, thank you.
Well then, let's go from horror into a little bit more steampunkish, where you head into the world of Eberron, where the next D&D book on that side is Eberron, Forge of the Artificer. Looks like they're adding some new things to Eberron and reforging the Artificer.
They are. They're changing the Artificer. They're expanding on Eberron a little bit. This is coming out August 19th. It's going to be a early release to your local game store on August 5th. So if you have a good friendly local game store, you can pre-order this and you can get it a little earlier than the 19th. The Artificer, once again, everybody should be familiar with what this is. They are, like you said, they're kind of updating some of the Artificer stuff, and they're kind of adding to Eberron a little bit as well. You're going to get some new spells. You're going to get something they're calling bastions. This is going to be a customizable stronghold or a workshop that you can take your Artificer into, and you can create and enhance and do all sorts of things if you would like. There's going to be new magic items, 20 new monsters are going to be in here, and there's going to be a brand new pulp adventure that's going to be in this book as well, that's going to take you from the underbelly of Sharn to who knows where else. But that is coming. Once again, $29.99 is the MSRP on it. You can pre-order it now from your friendly local game store. Also, you can go over on D&D Beyond as well and order it as well. But yeah, it's called Eberron, Forge of the Artificer. New 2024 book.
I'm wondering if this could in some way add a little, be the inspiration for a new Artificer variant in DDO.
It very could. Yeah, it very well could be. I don't see why not.
All right. And then let's then look at what everybody must have been waiting for, and that is a Mr. Potato Head Beholder.
I mean, last time we talked about this on the podcast, people did get excited about it. And there are people that are really excited about this. So yes, it's been quite a while since we did talk about this coming out. We talked about it when it was first announced. But now we know when you can get your hands on the Mr. Potato Head Beholder, because everybody wants this. Going to be hitting retail shelves on October 2025. So October, they just said early October. So read that into what you will. If you don't remember exactly what this is a 3-inch tall beholder on a 50-millimeter base. It's going to have 10 different removable and addable eye stalks. Of course, all the regular beholder eye stalks will be here, but it's just on a Mr. Potato Head. It's got the central eye. You're going to have a central eye with lashes if you would like to have a nice eyelash on your central eye, because who wouldn't? You're also going to get an angry central eye, maybe a pair of glasses. And of course, you need a purse, which is your bag of holding.
Pair of glasses. It's a single. Would it be a single glass?
You know, I thought that too, but it's okay. Sorry.
It looks like like it.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure why they call it a pair of glasses, but yeah, it's
certainly not a pair of glasses. It's a singleton.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just a single glass, a single eyeglass, because you only have one eye. And your purse, and your hat, and a mustache mouth, because why not? And of course, you need some red lips, because that would be either very charming or unsettling on a beholder to have a pair of red lips. And beholders have to have a tongue too, right? So you get a tongue. So there you go. Weird indeed. Weird indeed. Retail price on this is $24.99. You can pre-order it now via WizKids, your friendly local game store. All of that. Everybody needs one of these, because everybody needs a Mr. Potato Head beholder. Come on now.
I've heard a rumor that you have read Heir of Strahd, and you have an opinion of how good it is?
I do. I did. All of that. Yes. This is actually out today, as a matter of fact. As we record this podcast, I didn't realize that was...
You either read very fast or you were a beta reader.
I was a pre-release reader. I got it way before. I've had this book for probably close to 2 months.
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. I had a ebook version for close to 2 months. I've had the hardcover version for probably about 2 weeks. I just got my hardcover of it. But yes, big thanks to Random House for sending this over. We did talk about this when it was first released. This is 4 characters. It's revolved around 4 characters that, it's the old Ravenloft fun. You get plucked from your world, strapped down into Barovia, and you try to figure out what's going on. These are strangers, which makes it a little more exciting, because you got to figure out how to get along with each other and then how to survive what is going on. Delilah S. Dawson is the writer of this. I think she did a really good job in developing all of the characters. And I'm not going to spoil it, but this book starts out the most amazing way I have ever seen a D&D novel start out. It starts out with a battle. Like, you're about 3 paragraphs in, and these 4 strangers that don't really understand what's going on, they don't understand each other, they've just basically met because they've all got sucked into the mist. They're right in the thick of a battle, and they got to figure it out quick. And then that's when the ins and outs of the whole group dynamic start developing during this fight, and you learn some things about characters. The story itself is very, very character driven, which is a little different for a Ravenloft novel. Most Ravenloft novels, I mean, you do have the character, but they're essentially about Strahd and Ravenloft itself. This it does that, but this also is emphasizing on the characters, these 4 strangers, and you learn about them, and you learn to see them become friends, and learn to trust each other, and learn to navigate Ravenloft and Barovia. So very, very good. It's a different type of Ravenloft novel, but I enjoyed it very, very much. You can read the full review over on the site. It is spoiler-free review, because there's a couple things in the book that I was like, holy crap, didn't see that coming. So, once again, this is from author Delilah S. Dawson, who she is primarily known for her Star Wars novels. So if you're a big Star Wars novel reader, you are probably familiar with her writing style and her book style. I have never read any of the Star Wars novels, so I didn't know anything about her. This was the first time I have read anything she has done. And if her Star Wars books are like this, they're probably pretty good too. But this is available now. Everywhere you can pick it up by Amazon, by Target. You can get the ebook versions as well. Actually, out today. Like I said, I didn't actually plan this, but this is actually out as we record this. And once again, thanks to Random House for sending over our review ebook and physical book copy of Ravenloft, the Heir of Strahd.
Very well. And that finishes up our dungeon news. So let's see what's on the tabletop. And we are going to begin with Gen Con because we always know that Gen Con becomes the big thing for the summertime area, and getting all ready for that.
It does.
And I know for Drac, the most important thing about Gen Con is the beer.
Indeed, the official Gen Con 2025 beer has been announced by Sun King Brewery of Indianapolis. And after a surge of 2,500 votes, the Apple Cider Apple Ale is the one that won. I know Sun King did say for a while the brown ale was winning, and then towards the end, the Apple Cider Ale got a bunch of votes right at the end, and that pushed it as the winner. So this August, if you happen to be in Indy at Gen Con, you can celebrate Gen Con and the official Apple Cider beer. I will be partaking, and I will let you know what I think. This is one I'm actually excited for. Usually I'm kind of like meh about the Gen Con beer, but this one has me intrigued.
Okay. And then let's go to other Gen Con news. And are they getting a policy related to bag check at Gen Con to keep people from stealing stuff or something? Or is this for some other reason?
It's for some other reason. That people have been for years. People have been saying, why don't you have a bag check? Why can't we check a bag in? Why can't we check this in somewhere? Why can't I drop something off and hold it until I'm done walking around or whatever? This is mainly for people that don't have connecting hotel rooms. Because like if you have a connecting hotel room, you can just walk to your hotel room, drop your stuff off, go back or whatever. This is for people that do not have that. Gen Con did say, for years you've spoken, you've tweeted at us, you've wished upon us every stray six-sided die you could find. You've navigated the crowded hall of Gen Con, juggling armfuls of newly acquired treasures, wrestling unwieldy wagons, and just dreaming of a simpler way. Well, you can dream no more. Gen Con is officially announcing the on-site bag storage service. This is in partnership with a company called Mobile Locker Co. So what you're going to do is for $20 per bag or large item, and they consider a large item like a stroller or a wagon, you can check those in. So it's going to cost you $20. You're going to need a valid Gen Con badge at check-in. And then they did say that the payment methods are going to be cashless, so be prepared for that. And you'll get a claim ticket through Mobile Locker Co.'s system. And then they do suggest you take a picture of your ticket as a backup just in case something happens. You basically get like a little code on your phone. And then at the end of the day, you just go show your code. You'll get your items back. And boom, you're done. The storage area is going to be on the second floor of the Indiana Convention Center in room 231. And if I remember right, 231 is the biggest room that's on the second floor. It's a real big room. I think if you went to Gen Con and you remembered the year of COVID when you had to go prove that you were vaxxed, I think 231 is that giant room that you were in then, I do believe. So, yeah, a lot of people have been asking about this. Like I said, this is basically for, I think, more for people that do not have a connected hotel and they can't just easily walk back to their hotel. Like if you're staying out by the airport, there's really no way you can go to the airport, drop your stuff off. I mean, you could do it, but it would cost you a lot of money in an Uber or taxi or whatever. And it's just not convenient. This way, it will be more convenient for you. And also with this, they introduced a new policy. In the exhibit hall, they are not, I repeat, not allowing wagons, carts, rolling luggage, dollies, hand trucks, or stroller wagons. Last year, it was so stupid the amount of wagons people were pulling down the aisleways of the exhibit hall. It was ridiculous.
Has that always been part of Gen Con, or is that something that's been recent?
No, it has. Well, it's gotten worse, I think, maybe in the past 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
recall there ever being anything like that at Origins.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time since I've been to Origins, but no, it was never. Like I said, just the past couple years, this has really started to become a problem at Gen Con. So they're like saying, no more. So during the exhibit hours of halls F through K, you are not going to be able to take that stuff in there. They did say that your standard occupied strollers, only when a child is present in the stroller, will be allowed. So I don't exactly know what a standard stroller, what they mean by standard. In other words,
as opposed to a customized one, which has your child fitting in a small part of it and this huge cargo section behind it that's way large.
And then they did note too that, remember, your stroller, if like your child is not in the stroller, you cannot use your stroller to transport merchandise. If your child is not in the stroller has to be either carried or checked in to the bag check. The stroller is for your child to be being pushed in it.
Right. It is for what it's intended for.
Indeed. Which people, I've seen that a lot too in the past couple of years. People like basically carrying their kid and just using their strollers as like their luggage rack. And it's like, no, that's not what we're doing. So they're putting a stop on that. And then they do say they understand some attendees may have accessibility related needs. No problem with that. You can go to the accessibility services and you can get an exception for this. Like, they'll still allow like wheelchairs and motorized scooters. That will still be allowed because of your accessibility needs. They're not stopping that. But this will help 150%, I think. In the past couple of years, this has become a problem. Now, if we can just do something about the stupid dumpster backpacks that people carry that hold like 1,000 games in it that stick out like 5 feet from their back, if we can do something about those, that would be great too.
Oh boy. Well, one step at a time.
Indeed.
All right. And of course, in order to get ready for Epic Adventure, you must be able to look at the event catalog, which I'm sure is going to have every event that sold out before you read the catalog.
Well, we'll see. Right now, none of them are sold out because the registration hasn't happened, but that's coming up on Sunday. So get those wish lists in and watch everything sell out within seconds because you're 10,000 in the queue of 40,000 or something. Yeah. So go through and get the event. There's a lot of events this year, so I got to make my wish list, and then hopefully I'll get some events. We'll see. Next podcast, hopefully I will tell you about all the cool events that I got and all the cool events that I didn't get because they sold out so quick. Grr.
insanity, that's for sure. And there's also an exhibitor list saying all the exhibitors that are going to be there. And is it smaller than usual or larger than usual or what?
It looks a little smaller, but not by much. But there are a couple companies that you're going to notice that aren't on here, though. That you're going to be like, huh, that's interesting. I don't see X company on here. I don't see. Yeah, there's a couple big companies that are on here. I mean, some of them that we knew because they've already announced that, hey, we're not coming to Gen Con this year. And then a couple companies that sadly are just no more now. They've closed. So, but yeah. There are 585 exhibitors this year. I'll have to look and see how many there was last year. To be honest, I do not remember how many were in 2024. So we'll see. But yeah, you can, something new this year, if you, in the article that's up on DDO Players, to the story, you can click and you can get to the exhibitor list, and then you can, where they list the booth number, you can click on it and it'll take you to an interactive map so you can see exactly in the exhibit hall where the booth is, and you can move around. And so you can kind of see the aisleways that you're going to need to take. Like if you go in from door K, you can go, oh, hey, if I go in here, I just need to go down 2 hallways, or two aisleways, turn left and then turn right, and then I'll be right at that booth. So that's new this year, so that's kind of handy. So I'm getting excited for Gen Con. It's getting close. It's getting real.
The usual pre-Gen Con hoopla.
Indeed. And we are going as press again. I did get approved for press again, so yay for that. So we'll have coverage and interviews and all of that fun stuff. Haven't started scheduling any of that stuff yet, but I've got I've got emails from several of the game companies that are saying, get ready, we're going to start scheduling here pretty soon. So,
all right. And that's it for the Gen Con news for now. I'm sure there'll be plenty more as Gen Con comes up.
Indeed.
So, we have another review here, a Super Boss Monster, a level up for dungeon building.
It is. If you're a fan of Boss Monster, you, I think, are going to love the new version, which is Super Boss Monster. It adds, the biggest thing it adds to this, it has something called the Town Board mechanic. It's a new board that you have. It is the, as I said in the review, the undeniable star of the upgrade. This is going to add depth and very much strategic gameplay into this, because you're going to have a minion that you can send into town to do various things. And then also in that town, instead of the heroes automatically coming into your dungeon, the heroes might go into town first. And you can choose to lure those heroes out of town, either to your dungeon or to your opponent's dungeons, depending. So if you know, hey, there's no way that he can beat this hero, I'm going to send these 2 heroes to his dungeon right now. And then he'll, lose because there's no way he can beat this. But it like I said, it adds very, very much a strategic twist to it, because you got to figure out, are you going to focus on attracting heroes to your dungeon? Are you going to send them to somebody else's dungeon? Do you even just ignore them? Do you go in there and try to get some of the bonuses that you can get for going into town? Or do you just ignore town for this round? Or do you just go to the market and you can draft a specific room or spell card that you need, because there's a new market board as well. So you can get, like, if you're looking to build your dungeon out and you can see a card that is in there and it's like, oh, I really need that specific room to help beef up my dungeon, you can send your minion to the market and grab that card for you. Or, like I said, you can see the heroes that are in town and it's like, oh, I want that hero because I can beat him no problem. Or, hey, I'm going to send that hero to my opponent's dungeon. It adds such strategy to the game. I mean, the game was strategic before, but this just adds a whole new level to it. And then there is all new solo mode as well, which I haven't actually tried solo mode yet. I've only played it cooperatively with people, but I want to try the solo mode to see what that's like. The only thing that I can say about it, the biggest problem with Boss Monster, and has always been the problem with Boss Monster, is it comes down to luck. This is a very much luck driven game. It's just because it just depends what cards you get, when you get the cards, and then how you choose to lay your cards out in your dungeon. That's kind of always been a Boss Monster thing. This doesn't do anything for that. So if you're not a big fan of luck games, Boss Monster might not be for you, because it's very, very much luck focused. If you can get past that, so good. This one might not be the place to start if you're a brand new player, though. The town board doesn't make it. Once you grasp the concept of the town board, you have it. It took my friend and his son probably about maybe 2 rounds before it clicked, and we're like, oh, got it. This is okay. Now I see. Now this makes a lot of sense. It is a little more complex because of the town board. So if you're brand new to Boss Monster, maybe just start with the original Boss Monster, and then after you're comfortable with original, maybe bump up to this if you're a brand new player. But if you're a seasoned Boss Monster fan, definitely go with this new Super Boss Monster, because it just adds so much to it. And this version is compatible with all the other versions and expansions, so no matter what you have, you can seamlessly include it into this one, which is nice, which is they do that with all of that. But overall, I would say Super Boss Monster, excellent choice, excellent upgrade. The whole town mechanic is like thumbs up. It makes it so much better of a game.
All right.
Have you played Boss Monster at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I didn't know if you did or not. I didn't, because I know I have talked about Boss Monster before in the past, and I thought I remembered you saying you haven't played it. I think you would actually like it. This version takes up more space. The original didn't take up quite as much space as this one. This one is kind of a table hog a little bit, because the boards are a little bigger. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I think you would like Boss Monster a lot.
Well, I have to think on it. And to finish up our tabletop section, we are going to ask the question is, what type of game is Monty Python and the Holy Grail the game? What makes it different from other Monty Python and the Holy Grail games?
Indeed. I called it in my review. I said this is a good beer and pretzels game. If you know what that means, this is what you're going to get.
Okay.
It's just stupid fun is the best way I can describe this. This is, you are going not scene by scene, but you play out the whole Quest for the Holy Grail movie somewhat. Like, it uses set pieces from the movie. It uses all the cards have artwork and stills from the movie. Everything is from the movie. There's a catapult that you launch cows with. There's a Black Knight that moves around the board, and then you fight the Black Knight. After you defeat the Black Knight, you'll take a leg off. You'll take an arm off. You quote the movie through the game. It's if you enjoy Monty Python and you enjoy Monty Python's humor, you will get this game. It's very easy to learn, very quick to learn, very easy to pick up, very easy to play. If you're not a fan of Monty Python, you are not going to like this game at all. I will be 100% honest with that. You are not going to like it, because it relies heavily on the film and kind of knowledge of the film and humor and some quotes and some lines from the movie. So if you are unfamiliar with the movie Monty Python, you're going to be lost. You're not going to understand what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said in the review, it's just it's fun, it's light, it's what I call a beer and pretzels game. So it's just you just break it out, you just have stupid fun. It would be a good way to start a board game night off or to end a board game off. And if you are a fan of Python, you're going to be right at home here, and you're going to understand it completely.
All right. And that concludes our On the Tabletop section. So now let's see what's on the screen. And it looks like we'll begin with a PC game here, where you could get Gloomhaven PC for free if you are a Prime member.
Free. That's right. If you didn't know, if you're an Amazon Prime member, every month they have free games via what they call Prime Gaming. We have talked.
The service I never use.
See, there you go. There's a lot of people that say the same thing that you did. Number one, they're like, I didn't even know I could get free games. But yes, every month there's like 4 or 5 games that you get for free. This month and through June 14th, I think it is, June 18th, you can get Gloomhaven for free. So if you haven't picked up Gloomhaven yet, now's your chance to get it for free. All you got to do is be a Prime member. You can go over to the article on DDO Players and click the link, and it'll take you right to the page. And you basically just hit the big claim button, and then you download it, and then it's yours forever. Forever, it is yours for free. I would say this is one of the better games they have given away. I mean, they've given away some great games in the past, but this is pretty good. And if you are not a member of Prime, you can snag a free trial. We included a link in the story as well to where you can get that free trial and claim the game and keep it for free, even if you cancel your free trial. So the only weird thing about this one is usually this doesn't happen, but this one is an unlock for the Epic Game Store, so you have to have an Epic Game Store launcher to play it, so you got to have an Epic Game Store account as well, which was a little weird. I don't know why they chose to do it this way this time.
Yeah, I really don't like using Epic, I have enough trouble just using standalone games. I mean, usually I'm playing through Steam and I forget about anything that's not through there.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Epic Game Store either, but yeah, so just heads up, that's the only kind of caveat to this one, which they've never done that before, that to my knowledge. Most of the time, it was just like a Steam code, or it was just like a executable that you just launched, and there's an Amazon Games app that you can get if you want. You don't have to, but you can launch your games through there as well. But this one does require that Epic Game Store, which is weird. But other than that, not to put a damper on it, but if you have not played the PC version of Gloomhaven, just do it. It's great. It makes the game so much. I mean, it does all of the bookkeeping and all of the hard work for you. Because if you've ever played the physical edition of Gloomhaven, it's very complicated and very time consuming, and there's a lot of moving pieces to it. This arcade game version makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I know when on the Dice Tower a few weeks back, they were doing their top 10 games that I will only play the app for in the future. Yeah. In other words, because of what the app does for stuff like this. And I think it might have been Tom's number one was Gloomhaven.
It was one of theirs. I don't remember which one. I watched that episode, but yeah, 100%. And I agree. I myself find it hard to bring the board game version out after, because I'm just like, you know what? I can just either play this on computer, I can just grab my Steam Deck, and I can just play it that way, and it's a heck of a lot easier.
And next, we have a movie announcement where, that's right, Kung Fury, the movie, is coming to the screens, and it's a retro 80s movie?
Well, It might be coming. It's weird.
Oh, it might be coming.
It's weird. This movie was announced like 3 years ago,
Okay.
2 years ago, something like that. It's been kind of in limbo since then. There's all sorts of issues going on with it, but out of nowhere, this is like a sequel to the 2015 short film called Kung Fury. If you haven't seen it, do what you can do to watch it because it is great. It is such an 80s throwback movie. Well, this week we got out of nowhere this 10-minute sizzle reel.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes, but oh my God, it's a glorious 10 minutes of Kung Fury the movie. This leaked. Nobody seems to know where it leaked from. When it first was leaked, it got removed from YouTube very, very quickly, and then it got re-uploaded, and then it got removed, and then now it's like everywhere. They're trying to remove it, but it's
like a virus.
Yeah, it's like everywhere, but. The director, David Sandberg, says he talked to Variety about the leak, and he said this was an internal promo video that was never supposed to be seen by the public. I do feel kind of bad about this because it contains a bunch of plot points and temporary visual effects. I hope at least people can see the passion that we poured into the movie. The world deserves to see it, and it was meant to be seen, not just this way. This movie has been held hostage for the past 5 years, but I promise you I keep fighting for it. Okay, so it was 5 years ago this was announced. But
okay.
It is like
during COVID then.
Yeah. This has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. It has let's see, Michael Fassbender is in it. He is Colt Magnum. He's an FBI renegade sporting an epic 80s mullet, and he delivers pearls of wisdoms on how to make a justice omelet. If you've seen the original movie, you will understand all of this. Then in what I call a moment of pure 80s action movie wish fulfillment, Arnold Schwarzenegger does appear in this as a cigar-chomping, shotgun-touting president of the United States, declaring his intention to, I quote, kick some Nazi ass. Yes, you heard me right. It gets even weirder, though. The insanity doesn't stop there. David Hasselhoff is in this, too. He, of course, is in a special car that talks, and it's called the Hoff 9000, because why would it not be? So, yeah, this, like, do yourself a favor, and I link this in the article over on DDO Players. Go watch this sizzle reel before it gets removed again. God, I want to see this movie so bad. This better come out. So I hope he can actually get this released. It is, oh my God. And whoever leaked this, thank you. Best 10 minutes you will spend of your day. I guarantee you watching this. I watched it like twice and I was just like, this is freaking amazing.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a politician and a gunslinger in the same movie?
Exactly. Who would have thought that?
Who would have thought that combo? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes. All right. That concludes with what's on the screen. So let's head into our week in gaming. And Drac, what were you up to?
Well, not a lot. Did do a little bit of DDO, and that, of course, was Cruising with Drac over on Beaker's Twitch. Usually every Friday night. We didn't do it this week because I had an emergency that happened, but a long story. But usually we do it Friday nights. You can watch a stream over there. We did the past couple weeks. We have done the Devil's Gambit, so we did all of those quests. Of course, everything that we'd run on Elite or Reaper 1. It depends on the quest. It's usually Elite, but sometimes we'll get saucy and try some Reaper 1. And then we also did Tower of Frost. So that is what we did on that. And really, that's about it. I haven't played it yet, but I did download the Oblivion remake. I have it downloaded. I have it installed. I just haven't played it yet. So
okay.
I'm hoping this week or before we record again, I can at least play it a little bit and kind of give you my early thoughts on the Oblivion remake.
Now, this is just they said a remastering, so essentially this is just improved graphics and the like too.
Yes, they did update a few other things too, and they did fix some bugs as well, but it's basically a remaster. But there are some slight tweaks here and there to certain things, but the whole goal was just to remaster it for better graphics and stuff like that. So
I never could get into Oblivion.
See, that's my problem.
I played it after Skyrim came out. So
that's my I didn't play it after Skyrim. I started playing it before Skyrim, but I never played it very long because by the time I started it, like I played it for a couple weeks and Skyrim came out, and then I just went, I'll go back to this. And then I never went back to it. So
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It'll be interesting to see what I think about it, since, like I said, I played it. I played the original maybe a week and a half, so I maybe got, I don't know, say
about the same amount as I had then.
Yeah, maybe 15 hours into it, something like that, and then I just kind of blew it off because Skyrim came out, and everybody knows Skyrim was like amazing. So I never went back. So yeah, so we'll see. I'm interested to see my thoughts. It's if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's actually included on Game Pass. So that's how I have it. Or if not, you can get it on Steam. It's for sale everywhere. But if you happen to have Game Pass, you can get it via that, which is how I did it. So there you go. How about you? What were you up to?
All right. Well, in addition to my usual stuff, I did not get much time on DDO, probably mainly because I've been waiting for what I call the first of the series.
Oh, right.
Of quest, because it's the one with the lowest level to be released. So I really didn't get incentive on there. And I've been playing Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I noticed every time I see you on Steam, you're playing Stardew Valley, and I'm like, you're really into Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I know. I think I tried it a couple of years ago and didn't really get into it. So I finally, I think about a month ago, I tried, and this time I've
it just clicked
really
with you. Okay,
yeah, it really clicked with me this time. It's trying to feel how things work and stuff like that. I think the first time I tried it, it was in multiplayer, and you don't have any idea, so everybody's going around you saying, what, you know, I was more confused than anything else. But so I made a serious effort onto this, and I'm on my second farm right now. My first farm, I managed to complete probably most of those. I did not go for what they call perfection and getting everything done, because there's this point in there where you gained most of the major things in there. But now if you really want to go for it, then it's like, okay, now you go for this new dungeon, or you set the old dungeon up so that it's 10 times more powerful with more powerful weapons. And you know how I am when you start to up the level with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got to a part which I think was probably where the original game ended, and that was with certain targets on these main things you didn't, and where I had getting all 7 star drops is sort of the point where I decided to call my ending to it, because it seemed like a nice place where the game stays interesting, and trying to go for what they call perfection now is not something that I was interested in. But I had a lot of fun with that, and because I had a lot of fun with that, I also started a second farm after I finished with that one, and I'm finishing up my first year now on that. It seems to be a rather interesting trend I'm having on there. So yeah, I played a lot of Stardew Valley, try and see how much of that I can get through well before I guess the new dungeon is getting released tomorrow and stuff like that. So looks like I got a little bit more to. Looks like I have other things now competing with it. But I had a nice run with Stardew Valley in there. I think maybe next time I'll have some stuff to report for DDO and other things. Now, I have been playing some Lotro also on top of that, but it's been Lotro and Stardew Valley. And that's it for tonight's episode. If you'd like to send feedback, you could send it to podcast@ddoplayers.com. The Players Alliance has 2 shows. On Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we record Lotra Players News, and we record DDO Players News when Drac is available. You guys choose for our shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that is all for tonight, then. This is Pilot Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.